The term emotion is derived from the Latin word which means to stir up, to agitate and to excite. So one emotion will lead to likewise reaction or likewise emotion for the various other activity. Highly emotional condition disturbs the reasoning and thinking of an individual. Emotional experience are associated with the biological drives. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all to the second session on organizational behavior. In the last session, we have discussed about the perception. In today's session, let us discuss with the emotions. So emotion, characteristics of emotion, then effects of emotions, kinds of emotion, determinants of emotion, then managing emotions and emotional intelligence. So in today's session, let us discuss all this topic. So moving further, let us start with the emotion. What do you mean by emotion? So emotion is, the word emotion is derived from the Latin word emovere, which means to stir up, to agitate or to excite. The term emotion is derived from the Latin word which means to stir up, to agitate and to excite. Based on your biological process, so you are going to react for that situation. So it's a sum up of your perception. So you are going to respond based on your perception. So based on your perception, you are going to react for the situation. You are going to express your opinion. So that is emotion. So according to Crow and Crow, 1973, an emotion is affective experience that accompanies generalized inner adjustment. So it's an inner adjustment, then mental and biological stirred up states in the individual, and that shows itself in his own behavior. So it's a biological factor, mental and inner adjustment. So all together you're going to respond. It show individual behavior. So your emotion, it reflects or it shows your behavior, individual behavior. So it's sum of perception. You're going to respond based on your perception, or you're going to react for that situation based on your perception. So it's a biological, mental and it's an inner adjustment. So you're going to express your feelings towards individual or for the object. So what are the characteristics of emotions? Emotional experience are associated with the biological drives. So it is associated with biological drives. So sometimes without any reason, you will feel happy or you will feel sad. So that is a biological drives. So based on your biological drives, you're going to react, you're going to respond. So that is, you're going to express your opinion. So that is emotion. Next one, emotions is general or product of perception. So it's a product of perception. You're going to respond based on your perception. Your perception towards an individual is a reason or it's a reflection. The emotion is a reflection of individual perception. So if you have a good opinion about an individual, so your emotion will be good or it may be a positive emotion. So you're going to express yourself in a good manner. So that is, it's a product of perception. Next one, emotions are frequent. So it's a frequent, it's change from time to time. So it will not sustain for a longer period. So next one, emotions are expressed in relation to concrete object or situation. So you are going to, your emotion is going to express based on the object and based on the situation. So based on the object and situation, you are going to express your emotion. So it may be differ from object to object and situation to situation. So emotions are temporary. So sometimes you will feel angry and you are going to shout at somebody. So that is a temporary emotion. So after some time, you are going to calm down and you are going to react in a different way. So it's a temporary process. Emotions are prevalent in every living organism. So every individual, every living organism has some emotion. So either it may be a sad, it may be happy or it may be angry. So various emotions. So every living organism has emotions. So emotions differ from person to person. So based on individual, so based on your perception, based on your behavior, emotions are different. So different from person to person. So based on the situation. So it is similar to the perception. You can perceive the object in a different way. So in a similar way, emotion also, it is differ from individual to individual based on your perception as well as based on your experience and your behavior. So next one emotion may give rise to a number of likewise emotion. So one emotion will leads to likewise reaction or likewise emotion for the various other activity. So one emotion will reflect on other situation or other object. So these all are the characteristics of emotions. Moving further, effects of emotions on the individual development. So how emotion is going to influence on the individual development. So first one is emotions provide energy to an individual to face a particular situation. So you are going to respond, you are going to react for the situation. So it gives energy to react for the situation. So based on your perception, you are going to react for the situation. So it gives energy to react for the situation. Either it may be a happiness or sad or angry, so anything it may be. So it gives energy to react for the situation. So emotions work as a motivators of our behavior. So your emotion, it stimulates you to behave in a particular manner. So emotion, based on your emotion, if you are sad, your reaction is different. So when you are happy, your reaction is different. So it stimulates you to react in a particular way. So it stimulates you to react in a particular way in particular situation. So based on the situation, your emotion is going to stimulate an individual to react. In emotions influences our adjustment in the society. So based on your emotion, it helps to adjust in the society. So next one, highly emotional condition disturb the mental equilibrium of an individual. So when you are angry, don't take any decision. So again, when you are happy, don't give any promises. It disturbs your mental equilibrium. So in that situation, any high emotional situation, you're not able to make the decision. So highly emotional conditions, it disturbs your mental equilibrium. So the decision taken in that situation, it may not be right all times. So it may not be right always. So don't take the decision or don't judge anyone in this situation. So highly emotional condition will disturb your mental equilibrium. So next, highly emotional condition disturbs the reasoning and thinking of an individual. So the decision taken by the individual when he is in high emotional condition. So because it reduces or it disturbs the thinking and reasoning ability of an individual. So that don't take decision or judgment in that situation. So through this emotion is going to influence individual development. So all these are the effects of emotion for the individual development. So moving further, the kinds of emotion. So emotions are classified into two types. First one is positive emotion, positive human emotions, negative human emotions. So under positive human emotions, it includes love, appreciation, happiness, hope and optimistic. So all this comes under the positive human emotions. Negative human emotions. So it includes fear, anger, guilty, depression, jealous and frustration. So all this comes under the negative emotion, negative human emotion. So based on your perception, based on your behavior and your past experience, so it leads you to generate positive or negative human emotions. So based on the situation, based on the object, based on individual, your emotion is going to differ. So same object and in the same situation, your emotion is different based on the individual. So based on the individual, that means individual perception and your behavior towards an individual is differ. So that your emotion may be differ. So all this will comes under the positive and negative human emotions. So it includes positive includes all these factors and negative includes all these factors. So these are the kinds of emotions. So moving further, determinants of emotion. The determinants, how you are going to determine an individual emotion. So based on individual personality will determine your emotion. So it based on individual personality. So individual personality differs individual emotion. Again, day of the week and time of the day. For example, so for the company, corporate field, so employees who are working in the company, their mood, so weekends, their mood is different. So in that situation, again, Monday and Friday. So these 2 days, they are not ready to work, or their mood is not ready to work. So again, it is depends on day of the week. So beginning day as well as the last working day. So again, time of the week. So 5 o'clock. So you won't feel like working. So your mindset is not ready. Your mindset is not ready to work in this time and this day. So again, your emotion is differ from time to time. So day of the week and time of the day will influence on your emotion and your working condition. So next one, weather. Sometimes weather also influence your emotion. So weather also influence on your emotion. So next, stress. Stress-free life helps to, or stress-free life increases the efficiency and productivity. So stressful life leads you to reduce the or decrease the productivity and efficiency. So this stress will influence on the emotions. So next one is social activities. Social activities like your relationship, your bonding with the society and external environment. So that influence on your emotions. So next one, exercise. So yoga and exercise will help you to reduce your stress. So it will influence on your emotion. Next, age and gender. So age and gender will influence on your working condition and your emotions. So all these are the determinants of emotions. Moving further, managing emotion. So is there any necessary to manage your emotion? Answer is absolutely is. So you need to manage your emotions. So what all are the sources? How you can manage your emotions? So first one is health and physical development of an individual. So your health condition, your physical condition will influence on the emotion. So healthy child and his emotion is different. So health and physical condition will reflect on your emotions. So first one is health and physical condition. So healthy health factor will influence on the emotion. So that you need to maintain a good healthy condition, so that healthy life. So you need to maintain a good health, so that it helps you to manage your emotions. So next one is intelligence and emotional development. So intellectual ability to analyze the situation and react in the particular situation. So your intellectual ability will influence on the emotion. So highly intellectual person is going to evaluate and judge the situation, and is going to react, so that your intellectual ability will influence on the your emotion, so that you're not going to take a small things as a serious factor. So your ability, intellectual ability influence on your emotion. So they are going to make a mature decision, or they are going to react in that particular situation. So your intellectual ability will influence on your emotion. It helps to manage your emotions. The next, family environment and emotional development. So your bonding with your mother and father and your family members, so will influence on the emotions. It influence on your emotional. So it helps you to manage your emotion, and it helps you, it guides, it influence to react in particular situation. So next one, school environment. So under school environment, the attitude of the teacher and school environment, the physical facilities and teaching methodology. So all this will influence on individual emotion. So that comes under school environment. So they influence on individual emotion, and they helps to manage your emotions. So next one, peer group relations and emotional development. Your classmates, your colleagues, so they influence on individual emotions. So your relationship with your friends and your group members will influence on individual emotion, and helps to manage your emotions. So next, neighborhood, community and society environment and emotional factors. So individual will learn many things from their surroundings. Neighborhood and community and society they plays an important role in managing the emotions. So based on their reaction, based on the individual behavior, you're going to learn and you will get influenced by them to react in particular situation. So all these are the sources, or through this you can manage your emotions. So all these are the sources which influence on your emotional development, as well as they help to manage your emotions. So these all are the topics under managing emotions. So moving further, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the process of learning to understand our own emotions, learning to understand the emotions of others. So here we are going to learn and to understand our own emotion as well as the others' emotion. So next one, gaining proficiency in positive emotional responses in oneself and recognizing and accepting emotional responses of others. So gaining proficiency in emotional understanding. So it helps you to accept the emotional responses from others. So it gives a maturity for individual, so that you will judge the individual as a mature person, so that you won't consider a small things as a big issues. So it helps you to understand your own emotions as well as emotions of other individuals. So it helps you to manage and it helps you to react in particular situation. So next, what are the characteristics of emotional intelligence? So first one is self-awareness. So it helps to create self-awareness. So now we study, or we are going to understand and analyze our own emotions, so that it creates awareness for an individual. So it helps to create self-awareness. So next one, managing emotions. So now you have understand your emotions, so that you can manage, you can make a better decision for a particular situation or for that object. So you can improve, you can control on yourself. So it helps to manage your emotions. So next one, motivating oneself. Motivating oneself. Through your appearance, through your experience and through your reaction, you can influence or you can motivate other individual, and you can self-motivated. So by understanding your emotion, you can self-motivated and you can influence others. So by your decision, you can influence other individual. So next one, it helps to recognize the emotions in others. Now you are mature enough, so you will think in that particular situation and you will able to understand, you will able to recognize the emotions in others. Then it helps to handle the relationship. When you understand the opposite party, when you understand the other's emotion, it helps to maintain a good relationship with others. So now it helps to manage your emotion as well as it helps to understand the other's emotion and maintain a good relationship with each other. So it helps to manage all these things. So these all are the characteristics of emotional intelligence. The next one is limitations of emotional intelligence. So under that first one is time. So you cannot learn or you cannot understand the individual emotions of your own as well as the others in one day, 1 or 2 days. So it takes a lot of time. So time is a first barrier or limitation for this emotional intelligence. So next one is testing. It is difficult for individual to understand others' emotion as well as the individual emotion. It is difficult for testing purpose. Emotions are differ from individual to individual. So it is difficult for any individual to understand and to analyze an individual emotion. So it is difficult for testing. So next one is a negative view. So individual, they won't consider this emotional intelligence as an important factors. They have not concentrate on, they have not give much importance for this emotional intelligence. That is negative view. So last one is misuse. So other individual or the opposite party, they may misuse your emotional intelligence. So that means you have understood their emotions and you are going to respond for that. You are going to respect their emotion. So they may misuse your emotional intelligence. They may misuse your emotional intelligence. So that is misuse. So these all are the limitations of emotional intelligence. So these all are the topics under the emotions. So for this topic, we finished with the unit 3, that is perception and emotions. So let us meet in the next session with the unit 4. Until then, keep watching. Thank you.